the Mets just seem to always win when David Peterson goes out there. Doesn't matter if he's at his best or perhaps at his worst. He keeps the Mets in the ball game, and I guess that's all you can ask from a back end rotation arm like David Peterson. What'd you think about David on Monday?
The guy is having a great season. Yes, he has these type of outings where his control eludes him a little bit. Got a lot of base runners on against him. I would say one base runner that was on him um, wasn't necessarily a hit because that ball was foul. That cost him a run. So it could even be better, but overall, he was a bit lucky at times with some calls, so it probably evens out a little bit in the end. The umpire, by the way, was horrendous yesterday. That call to Jazz Chisholm was oof.
It was like
That
almost in the
that
other batter's box.
It was in the other batter's box. It was crazy. It was awful, but oh well. You take some, you lose some in this game. That was definitely the case with the home plate umpire. But still, if your bad outings are like what Peterson has done, and you can say the Mets gave him some runs, blah blah blah. We have seen some outings where Mets pitchers weren't able to do a good job when they got a lot of runs. Peterson does. Peterson keeps you in the ball game. He maybe allows a run, one or there, but I think last eight or something. He was the last eight starts David Peterson made. The Mets won them all. So that you can say whatever you want. I don't really care about wins and losses, but if your team is able to win when you start, it also means that you limit the damage or keep your team in the lead. Even if you go 4 innings and allow 2 runs, you still, or 4 or 3, you still were able to limit the damage. And this type of game it was for David Peterson. So everybody, and we said it last week, everybody who says that David Peterson should go to the bullpen when we go to a six-man rotation is nuts. This guy is a good fourth, fifth starter for any team. You could even argue with the numbers he put out. Besides the innings per start, you could argue that he's maybe even a 3. So I think the Mets are very pleased with having David Peterson in the pitching staff for years to come.
I've always said this with David Peterson. Uh, I think the expectations were a little unfair with him, coming up through the system because he just got that first round tag placed on him for the rest of his career. So I think when people think first round, they expect a Garrett Cole level kind of guy, ace, something like that, and that's not always the case. If you can get a good quality major league starter, I'd say that's a hit. David Pearson's not a bust by any point. Um, he's a
Yeah,
he's a he's a good, like we said, mostly probably a 4 or 5. But with the way things have gone right now, the way he's pitched, he's kind of pitching more like a number 3 kind of guy. So, that the David Pearson selection back in 2017 has been a very good one for the New York Mets.